In the context of crypto specifically, you can't trade everything on an exchange. It doesn't make sense because when you think of bonds, when you think of equities, it's easy. It's always the stock, the bond against the dollar against the euro. But in crypto, it's all to all. It's everything against everything. You want to trade Bitcoin yen. You want to trade Ethereum Bitcoin. You want to trade Litecoin against Ripple. And so in a context where someone wants to trade any cross possible, it doesn't make sense that you get all of your liquidity from the exchanges because probably the liquidity on the exchange will coalesce around some major pairs, but then you're going to be able to offer anything to your clients. So for that, I think an OTC market is going to make a lot more sense.
Great. We finally have a point we can disagree.
Go on, David. Do you think it's going to be OTC?
No, so you can agree and disagree with that. The FX market is an OTC market, but you have lots of central limit order books out there. LMAX Exchange runs central limit order books. It's what we believe in. But they're anonymous, right? They're not disclosed bilateral rules. I think the current bilateral, in inverted commas, OTC market in crypto is nonsense and won't exist, right? It just won't exist. It's very inefficient, it's very expensive, and 1 in 100 trades comes off. Right? Don't believe the press. Oh, a guy calls me up, he's got a gazillion Bitcoin to sell. No, he doesn't. He has 1,000 and he's phoned 1,000 people and maybe the price is right for that. So that market's dead. To Max's point, liquid products trade best on exchange. It's proven, right? The only institutions in capital markets that are more profitable 10 years after the last crisis are exchanges, right? There's a reason for that. Liquid products trade well on exchange.
Well,
hence,
regulators give it a little bit of a push as well, I guess.
But if you look at FX, it trades well on exchange, but on the run treasuries trade well on exchange. Corporate bonds don't, right? So the last Hujima Flip coin that's listed on XYZ exchange, yeah, probably there's no liquidity there. What Max just mentioned, Ripple Litecoin, that will trade best on exchange. Bitcoin yen, that will trade best on exchange. Bitcoin dollar, that will trade best on exchange. So whatever that list is, currently we list only the top 5, but bear in mind we also have 80 currency pairs. So do the math. Outside of that, yeah, perhaps there'll be an OTC market. So yeah, that's the answer. In size, it ends up being dealer to dealer. They may or may not do an exchange. We list everything on the central limit order book, but we have larger size customers. You might know them as OTC desks. They actually ask not to see the top 5 levels. Because it's 5 levels of a coin, which is kind of pointless to them. They're looking to exchange risk in a few $100,000. His cohorts in Chicago are playing the same game. That's a war of which they enjoy, but the easy alpha comes from the client flow.
Well, what I'd really like to see appear is a mid-matching facilities for dealers.
You would like to?
That would be quite interesting, yes.
I think we have a choice price anyway, so. But actually, no, joking aside, that's eminently possible. And guess with the club you can do that. I mean, we're 6 months in, so I think only last week we started to see a decent player just putting passive interest into the book. That's how the big FX club started. When that happened, you start to end up with a real exchange. When people start to put their passive interest in. And there's more of that coming.